Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape.
Meet Mark.
Mark?
Sorry, I forgot that last week, by the way.
Yeah, I wasn't here, so it was, a much worse episode than normal.
Shut up.
No, shout out to XP Waste, thank you for being on.
It was a lot of fun.
And this week, we actually have quite a bit to talk about. There's been quite a few blogs since
Finally,
the
stuff
last
to
time.
talk about.
Yeah, we're clearly going to be ramping up for a few of the stuff that was on the summit recently. So, starting off with the first blog, it's going to be polling the Leagues 5 rewards. So, Leagues 5 Raging Echoes, for anyone that doesn't know, is kind of right around the corner.
2 months
And
away.
yeah, so they're polling the rewards, and a lot of them look pretty good. So, we'll be talking about that. And then we'll be going into some changes for Wintertodt that we talked about kind of a little while ago, but it's a little bit of an update to Wintertodt. I think it's pretty cool, and there's been a blog on the open beta that's been going on for that as well. And then the last thing that we have so far is going to be the patch for this actual week.
The big one.
Yeah, the big one, which is Varlamore Part 2.
Woo!
So this is Varlamore the Rising Darkness.
Bummer, the reckoning.
This was the first thing that was actually on the Summer Summit, Winter Summit
Yeah.
thing. It's Summer Summit, but it's so late into the summer it feels like winter. But yeah. So Summer
August is
Summit.
basically winter. When was it? September.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Anyways, it's out now. It depends on I guess if you're Australian or not. So yeah, the new boss is out. New quests are out. New areas and more capybaras. So
Yeah, they're cute. I have only been to one area so far, but I'm hoping to get to more before we record tomorrow.
yeah, it's kind of funny because I on the subreddit have primarily seen a lot of negative feedback
I
on
think
this
you need to
patch.
stop looking at the Reddit. People are little babies.
And I was gonna say it's funny because in contrast, you apparently have only seen positive things on Twitter.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything negative about it.
Yeah.
So I think certain people go to Reddit to just be whiny.
Well, yeah, sure. Some people for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, we can
And then Q&A.
talk about all that, and then we'll have our Q&A as per usual at the very end. And feel free to join as well. Ask us any questions you want, and we can include it on the podcast. Feel free to ask at Discord would probably be the best place, discord.gg/boonbape. We do have a questions section there, and you can ask about RuneScape, other games, or real life stuff. Anything
Or join our
is
movie nights
fair
on
game.
Saturdays.
Yeah, we do
Just
have
saying.
Discord movie nights, so feel free to join on that as well. And yeah, feel free to just hang out too.
Cool.
But before we get into all that really cool stuff, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going well. RuneScape wise, I've gotten 94 construction. Last week I said I got base 90s, but so in the past 2 weeks I've gone 6 levels. I used to be 88, used to be my lowest skill, and I'm at 94. I'm still doing mahogany homes. Still okay, but liking it a little bit less because I've done so much of it at this point. I think I've done like 700 contracts. But I'm nearly done the collection log. I need the top, the bottom, and then a crate. I already got the blueprint, which is the most expensive one, and I'm really close to being able to afford the top. So
Yeah.
hopefully next week I'll have it green logged, but Varlamore might be a little bit distracting from that.
Okay. It's funny because that is a lot, but like, it's really not that much.
700 contracts?
Yeah. Because like, I don't know. I was like thinking like you haven't even got like I was thinking about this as well for like Guardians of the Rift because one of the criticisms of like the Varlamore, the new Herblore thing, is that
It's slow.
that you don't get a lot of points.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that like you actually the last few things they came out with, I mean, ours obviously probably something I'm forgetting, but you don't get a lot of points.
They're changing a little bit.
I don't know if this is like a like new thing, like a what's
It's
it
like they're
called?
testing it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a new thing that they're trying to go with, or like a rule or internal rule or something, but it seems like you don't get a lot of points. Like Guardians of the Rift, I remember when I grinded for 20 hours straight, like over the weekend, I didn't even get even close to the full outfit, right?
Yeah.
Which is like unheard of for a lot of other like
Everything is a
grinds.
little bit harder. It's not fishing trawler. Fishing trawler used to be the worst, and now fishing trawler is really not that bad compared
Oh
to
yeah,
some of the others.
like you get fishing trawlers outfit in one day. You can get like the
I guess that's
Wintertodt
RNG.
outfit in one day, so it's like way different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of people are saying is like,
It's
if you want to
different because
get,
they're all buyable now instead of
yeah,
random too, which I kind of like the Bible more.
I like the Bible ones more, but it does seem like if it is Bible, it just takes longer to get for some
Yeah,
reason.
I guess it's because they want to be equal for people who went super dry before. Because like
Yeah.
I got lucky at Wintertodt with RNG and fishing trawler, but other people got really unlucky.
Yeah, true. That's a weird thing though, is like you can't really get lucky or unlucky for like the Guardians outfit. It just takes a long time.
Same with Mahogany Holmes. You only get 5 points over contract
Yeah,
at expert. You
exactly.
can't change that.
That's why I was thinking like that's kind of a lot, but also, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's honestly not that many. Like you've done a lot, but you haven't even got like a ton of XP or anything like that.
I've gotten 6 levels.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know what my XP was before.
yeah,
It's like 200,000 an hour if I'm consistent, which I start to slow down after a couple hours.
yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it's definitely really good, like ratio as far as like XP and stuff goes.
Yeah, and I want to green log it. I got the blueprint, which is nice. The blueprint, so you get like 200 an hour if you're paying attention, 200 points.
Yeah.
So it's 10 hours just for the blueprint.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of. It's like a really long grind.
It's longer than I expected. I think I have like 150 more contracts left and I'll be done. I did the math one day because I was feeling over it.
Yeah. I think that's what I was remembering, and it was gonna be like several thousand contracts until I got like.
No, it's 900 experts to get everything.
Oh well, I don't do experts.
Oh, so yeah, it's 5,000.
Yeah, because I think
Mahogany.
you need mahogany planks, which I didn't. I don't think I did some, but I think I did a lot of teaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that was like preferred for irons because it's easier too.
Yeah. One thing I really like is I'm really glad that they didn't increase the nails that you needed or the bars that you needed. Like you
Yeah.
only need the iron or steel. I think it's just iron
Steel.
or steel.
Oh, for experts. I don't know how much for you.
No, I think it's the same the whole way up.
Oh, steel.
Yeah, so you just need the steel bars. Like I was glad because I was thinking it went up, and I was like, I don't want to have to go get mithril bars just for this.
No, I bring like 50 planks using the plank sack and then like 3 to 4 bars.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty chill. And other than that, I have not been doing too much. I've been doing Araxer CAs though, which has been nice. I've done a lot of them now. There's just a couple like Grandmaster and I think like one Master left. And real life, it was Robert's birthday last week.
Oh yeah.
He's 30. I got him a cool birthday present. Do you want to show if people are on YouTube? Grab them.
Sure.
Grab them, boys.
So this is my birthday present.
Say his name.
His name is. We're gonna butcher it, by the way. It's Swedish. His name is Junkleskorg.
Yeah, his purchase name is something similar to that, and we just like to say different versions every time. If you're not on YouTube, go on YouTube or Google Junkleskorg. He's so cute.
Yeah, he's just a chill little bear stuffed animal for anyone that's just listening.
Yeah.
But he's really big and he's really soft. So.
And Robert and I, every time we go to IKEA, mess with him because he reminds us of the bear from
Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah. So the first time we saw that, and he was like messing with it, and I was like, I'm gonna get that for his birthday.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Did.
Yeah, it's a good little bear.
And then we also went to Disneyland, which is fun. And the Haunted Mansion ride right now is kind of a scam.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Which sucks because it's really cool during Halloween. They like have you in a virtual queue, and all day we were like, oh my god, this virtual queue is so nice, blah blah blah. And we went, and the line was so long. I think it would have been more than just a regular line.
Yeah.
We ended up just not going on it. It was still crazy, like whenever our group got called. So that was kind of lame. But it was fun.
Yeah, it's cool.
Did you have fun? It was your birthday.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was fun. I always have fun. Some less than others. Not saying this was one of those times, but yeah, usually it's fun.
You're like this time especially was the least fun.
No, it started off on a really high note because as soon as we got to the park, Michelle fell.
No, I thought you were going to talk about the actual high part that we went on Space Mountain. It was quick.
No.
Wow.
You almost immediately upon arriving.
It was raining before the ground was slippery.
Yeah, immediately, because like you have to take a tram to the park.
Why would
Before we even got to the park, she steps off the tram, and I just turn around. I turn around because I hear a noise, and she's already on the ground.
I don't even know how it happened. It wasn't like hard either. It was like a slow fall, which is worse.
It was kind of like she like slid onto the ground like she's like a jello or something.
That's kind of exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And I knew that my shoe had been getting like a hole in the bottom, but it's whatever. And
She almost immediately right after that stepped into a gigantic puddle.
that's not what happened. It was just me stepping in tiny puddles because there was a hole in my shoe as I was walking around.
Uh,
Water was spreading around my shoe.
Sorry, I meant gigantic for someone that has a literal hole in their shoe.
Yeah.
It didn't cover the top of the shoe.
It only covered the bottom, so I thought it'd be fine, and I forgot that there was a hole in the bottom of my shoe. So for like 3 hours, my socks, my singular sock was wet, and I could feel it squishing around in my shoe.
Yeah.
But it ended up getting dry, so it was fine. And we saw a cat.
We did see a cat.
Yeah, there's Disney cats. If you didn't know, we'd never seen this one before.
He was a good cat.
He was hiding amongst the fake vineyards.
Yes.
Are they real vineyards?
I think th're fake.
Yeah, fake vineyards, and he was literally just laying there like a cutie.
Yeah,
Anyway.
He was sleeping there.
He was so sweet. What have you been up to?
Not much, honestly. I haven't really looked at too much RuneScape stuff. Been pretty much like just busy at work. Just super. We had a bunch of stuff happening at work, so.
Yeah, I know he's been like very slow at work. Whenever you mention it, usually you're like, yeah, just watching videos. He does have a busy time of the year.
Yeah, we have a few busy times of the year. This is kind of one of them, and also it's like one of those things where, yeah, so for anyone that's like worked at a place long enough, you might have gone through this where they kind of just expect you to do more work and then give you less people to do the same amount of work. So
Every job ever in the world.
yeah, so essentially like, smaller team, more work. So that's just how it is, I guess. I don't know.
Rip.
Anyways,
Hopefully you can find something else.
yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's it.
How's it feel being 30?
Old. Everything feels
It
old.
feels old.
Every day I wake up and I'm just wondering
You're like old.
how I'll think about like, is my body deteriorating today?
At least you're not as old as Raniel.
Yeah, if you're 34,
Ancient.
yeah.
I had a patient call. Sorry, I'm so excited about this. I had a patient call, oldest patient I've talked to yet. She was 101 years old. She literally sounded like she was 80 tops. She was very chipper and happy, and it was like a joy talking to her.
Nice.
I was thinking about she was in her 20s and the 40s, and I'm like, that's absurd. That sounds fake.
Yeah, but no.
Weird?
She's just ancient.
Yeah, it was cool. Anyway.
Speaking of ancient, there's going to be some ancient evils. I'm assuming.
He didn't read the lore.
In
Don't
Leagues
pretend.
5. Yeah, so hopefully
There's usually ancient evils.
Raging
in this
Echoes.
game.
I think they're going with like echoes as in like spirits. So I'm
gonna talk about the reasoning because I thought it was kind of cool.
One of those are ancient for sure.
Sure.
Anyways, though, this is not just about Leagues 5 though. There's no actual.
It's actually
reveals.
not about the leagues at all.
Yeah, no actual reveals or anything like that. This is all about the rewards. Mm-hmm. These are the things that are getting pulled. None of the actual stuff that will get revealed later is getting pulled, obviously, because that's just leagues.
That's leagues, baby.
Yeah, so this is just all the stuff that you can buy at the end of it. Almost all of this stuff is going to be tradable like every other league. Mm-hmm. So they do say that Leagues 5 is coming in November, so it's about time we got cracking on the rewards. As always, you notice a survey at the end, so you can tell us what you think. For a full breakdown of how Leagues works, you can expect Raging Echoes, or in Raging Echoes, you can check out the Reveal blog.
Which we went over.
Which we already went over. Really, they reveal that it's the same as last time, except cooler.
The Reveal blog doesn't even say that much detail.
Yeah.
Or I felt like there wasn't that much detail.
Pretty much, I don't even know if they mentioned this super well or highlight it super well in the Reveal blog, so I'll tell you that for anyone that missed the reveal for Leagues, they're going to make it so that random bosses throughout whatever zone you decide to unlock.
They're going to have the enhanced bosses dropping brand new uniques.
Yeah, bosses that have never dropped certain items will drop those items and or new items that'll make them worthwhile. For instance, like Fremnik previously wasn't really worthwhile, but maybe the DKs drop like a T-bow equivalent now.
Like Varlamore is honestly not great for gear. But if it drops other stuff, that could be really fun to learn Coliseum on it.
Yeah, exactly. Or, maybe they'll make it so that, it wouldn't be the worst, I guess, for the outfits from the Sun.
Oh, the Sunfire Relic, whatever that dude is. The Sun Mask. Is that what you mean?
No. No.
What are you talking about?
You're talking about the Coliseum?
Yeah.
No, I was just talking about the...
oh my gosh.
Yeah, the moons.
There's a lot of good outfits there, actually. Okay, yeah. I'm a liar.
I was like, that'd be good
if you don't want to do God War dungeons, you could go there. Dungeons.
Yeah, I was going to say, it could be a good replacement for, if you don't want to do, like, Barrows if you're not unlocking Moritania.
True.
Yeah,
wow, I didn't think about it.
There's just not a ton of bosses for them to add drops to in Varlamore yet,
That's really
besides the new one that they just added. So
cool.
I guess there's like 3 places they could add a drop,
Yeah.
but besides that, Varlamore doesn't have a ton to offer, I guess. Anyways, though, that'll be part of like the strategy that goes into leagues later, I'm sure, in the coming weeks. Besides that, though, leagues is a temporary game mode, and you're going to be starting on a fresh account. You can use whatever account you want, but it does have to be a member's account.
Unfortunately, if you want multiple.
Originally, you're going to be locked to Mistlin and Karamja, just like the last league, and you accumulate points, which you can use to unlock 3 additional regions, just like last league.
Fun.
With the addition of Varlamore to the mix, you'll be feeling spoilt for choice.
Spoiled.
No, I think that's a weird English word.
Probably, but they mean spoiled.
Yeah, spoiled
Same
with
vibe.
choice. Anyways, you can choose the 3 areas like we just mentioned with enhanced bosses.
After,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
After the
go
league ends, you'll be able to spend your hard-earned points and hauntingly cool rewards for your main game save. I wanted to talk about a little bit here. So concept artist Mod Jerv was talking about the inspiration behind the Raging Echoes. Because I know there was a couple people, whenever we saw it, they're like, what's up with the mask? I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But some people thought it was random.
Yeah, I just assumed it was Raging Echoes. I know some
like
people
an
say...
echo of a face. I thought it made sense.
I've seen echoes referred to as like spirits. Like echoes are like spirits of people. So I've heard of that, but that's all I was thinking about.
Okay. Well, Modjerb said, it was initially very hard to pin down what we wanted the Raging Echoes theme to look like, and we started off simply with a color palette. From there, I looked at the 2 elements of raging and echoes. I flirted with the idea of a restless spirit and angry echo of the past. Ragged, old, transparent fabrics. It was hard to base multiple rewards on this arbitrary idea alone, so we leaned towards something that can echo or repeat itself. A face easily recognizable became a motive we would repeat. Are they echoes of people you perhaps once knew, or perhaps echoes of yourself, fragments of your mind? Then we added the dark pink and red hues to represent the underlying rage this echoing arises from. It was entertaining to play with something a bit more abstract.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of fun.
It's funny because they said that, like, the faces and, like, the raging spirits, and it reminded me, there's, like, this, I think it's been incorporated into, like, anime memes, kind of, now, but there's a face in an anime called Solo Leveling.
Okay.
And, I'm gonna look it up and see if it's the first thing that comes up.
Solo Leveling? Face.
Yep.
Whoa, it is similar vibes. He's kind of creepy.
Yeah, right?
Ooh,
So
get rid of him.
Yeah, if you've seen it, it's actually an extremely gnarly first episode for sure. But yeah, it reminded me of that face.
Oh, okay. Spooky.
That face is in the first episode.
Naturally.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, we'll just go back and forth between the rewards.
Sure.
Okay.
So we have some returning rewards. These are rewards that come back every single league, but in a different colorway. So we have the Raging Echoes outfit. So this is for all the fashionscapers. No bonuses for any of these outfits. They just make you look cool. And it seems like almost all of these outfits are going to have like an ombre or gradient style
Except for
to
the
them.
basic one.
Yeah. And this does follow for a lot of the other rewards, going from like a darker purple to a lighter blue to then a kind of like fuchsia, yeah, like
it's like pinkish
red. Yeah, so it transitions gradients from one color to the next.
And then what do you get at tier 3 though?
And at tier 3 you do get a cloak with several faces adorning it,
a hat with a face on top of it.
Yeah.
I just noticed that.
Yeah, hat with a face on top of it, as well as a mace for the first time.
No, that's a pimp cane, Robert.
Oh, sorry, pimp cane.
Thank you.
Yes, so you get a pimp
they say
cane.
it's a fancy staff, but we know what it is.
Oh, you know what this is? And there's a lot of
what else?
There's a lot of references, but bro, tell me this isn't from Riddick, man.
What's
The Chronicles of Riddick.
He's not looking similar so far. I'm not gonna lie to you. Faces.
Oh man, I don't know what to look up for this, bro.
That's just a face, Robert.
You're telling me what?
Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
there's
okay.
faces all over.
So if you've seen the movie Chronicle of Riddick from 2004, geez, literally 20 years ago, all of the enemies, like all the bad guys in the movie, are adorned with like faces.
Armor that has faces. It's kind of cool looking.
Yeah, it's exactly similar like vibe to that.
That's so funny.
But yeah, so that's question number 1. Just some outfits.
I think the outfits look awesome, especially the last one.
Yeah, they look cool.
Raging Echoes banner. Let everyone know that you did in fact take part in leagues, Raging Echoes, by proudly displaying this themed banner in the main game. The banner boasts the blue to red ombre effect seen across all the Raging Echoes rewards with the haunting mask
Emblazoned.
emblazooned.
Actually, I think it's emblazoned.
It's like emblazooned, there's no
whenever,
way.
Whenever I was a child, I would always read it as emblazoned.
Emblazooned on the front and topping the pole.
Yeah.
What a cool emblazonment.
That's not going to be the only thing topping the pole, because there's going to be... Because there's going to be
what?
a lot of things, unlike Wrathmaw, these things are going to be topping the pole for sure.
Please stop saying topping.
So we have the next thing, which is Raging Echo's home teleport animation.
Speaking of topping.
So anyways, this is really cool. So whenever you return home, as your rage grows, you can witness your echo rise up out of your body. It just looks like your spirit is separating from your body.
It actually is a pretty cool animation.
Yeah, and you get sucked down by your anger or something, and then your spirit rises up.
There's a lot of sucking and topping going on here.
Yeah, very controversial poll so far.
Next up is the League's trophy. As with previous leagues, you'll be able to work your way up through the ranks from bronze to dragon and earn the matching trophies. We don't have the concepts ready for these yet, but they'll have the same vibe as the other rewards on offer.
Yeah, they're going to be red for dragon and everything you'd expect.
Don't they usually do something slight?
It's
very
extremely
slight,
slight. I think it's like whatever the dragon's holding. Like I think the trophy's almost 100% the same.
I don't know. I think it'll maybe look cool, hopefully.
Yeah, but those are all the returning rewards. These are brand new rewards coming up.
And I love them.
This first one we've already gone over before, but it is the Venator Bow's Ornamental Kit. So through the League shop, obviously you can buy it, and it'll make over the Venator Bow with a new theme. And there's no mistaking your League's prowess when you flaunt this deadly weapon in the main game. And this is literally what they say, to top it off, the eyes of the mask glow blue when firing, so you'll always have your enemies in your sight.
Why does that sound like an old MySpace meme? They're like, keeping your eye on the enemies. It's just a little mask.
Yeah, I think it does look, I still think it looks kind of goofy. I think the bow looks cool, but I think the mask thing is kind of goofy.
I like it. I don't know why I really like the mask idea.
Yeah.
Also, last time I was like, we can't wait to use this at Leviathan. I thought it was a web weaver. Nope. I don't own a Venator bow.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to get this.
It's cool because if you have been using the Venator bow to speed up tasks, I know some people bought it for the new Araxer task to speed that up.
Nice herbicide demons too.
On the smaller Arax sites, of course, you can flex it there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
I think it looks nice.
Yeah.
This one's controversial.
Really?
According to one person I asked, AK Wraith, who also...
Who would have thought?
Sometimes, Wraith, you be saying you don't like anything. Just
Who would have thought?
This is Aram the Blighted's equipment ornament kit. Nothing says Raging Echoes like the Barrows brothers, and we're giving our favorite a souped-up gear set for this league. So cloak yourself in this eerie Raging Echoes aesthetic with 4-piece ensemble, including the hood, robe top, skirt, and staff.
Yeah.
So this is like an ombre starting from the purple on top all the way down to the pinkish red, and there's like the imprint of a face on the hood.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
And even
also,
the staff's ombre.
Yeah, I was about to say the staff follows the same exact ombre effect as the rest of the outfit.
How do you feel about the outfit?
I think it looks fine. I mean, it is it is probably just straight up the most popular Barrows outfit. So I guess it's suiting that it is going to be the one that gets it.
Yeah. The only thing I thought was random was that the rest aren't getting it, but there's so many that if they all got it, it'd be too much.
Yeah, and pretty much no one uses the other ones except for extremely niche situations.
I still bring that one outfit to God Wars. Guthans.
Yeah. So if you need lifesteal, Guthans is probably the second most used, and then Darox after that, and then maybe Verax after that. Who knows?
And then there's the other one I don't even remember what it's called.
Yeah, I know still a lot of people use Arams for cheap maging, for PKing, for a lot of different things, even for a cheap alternative to actually high-end bosses.
I feel like the face looks creepier on this one than the others.
It looks cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Next is going to be the death animation.
I know, I was like, why are you stealing it?
You can go ahead.
Oh, wait, I did the last one.
I mean, no, go ahead. It's fine, dude.
No, you go.
All right, so we have the death animation.
I accused you.
So death is an inevitable part of your old school journey. except for those that are really good at being Iron Man.
They said especially if you're a hardcore. And I'm like, you're just tearing them all down. You're saying they're all going to die?
I know. That's why I was
That's
like,
messed up.
that's why I was trying
I
to
like
say, like,
you turn it
especially
positive.
not the hardcores that are,
Yeah,
focused on not dying, because there's plenty that haven't died.
I know.
So why not make the moment even more memorable?
I like it.
Yeah, so the death animation will make you the envy of every battlefield as you watch your own raging echo follow your body and come to terms with your demise. Honestly, I don't like this
No?
because it's like kind of almost unimpactful. Like it doesn't look like anything abnormal is really happening
It's your
almost.
person standing, puts your hand to your head and starts shaking, falls onto your knees, lean forth, echoing a trail, shake your head around, and then you drop. So it's like you're like angrily like, I don't want to die. So I think it's kind of cool.
I guess so. It's just like,
It's not as good as the kissing your muscles and flexing.
yeah. I mean, so what essentially it is it would look like there's an after image of you dying as well. It's not like I think it would be cool if like because you I've seen this in movies and stuff like that where like as you're dying like your spirit is like trying to jump out of your body and like refuse its demise.
Oh, that's interesting. Fighting it.
Yeah, like you can clearly see the separation between you and your spirit, whereas like you've accepted it but your spirit hasn't. I
Yeah.
think that would be cooler. But like this is kind of just all like it literally just looks like there's an after image like you're dying in slow motion or something, which is like very 2004.
Next one is NPC
This
contact.
one's actually you.
This one's cool. So summon up the mask of those you wish to have a word with, the new NPC contact animation. As you filter through the many voices you can reach out to, mask faces will appear around you, swirling as you focus in on one, which then looms over for you to make your request. And then with a snap of your fingers, the mask shatters and fades away. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, all the masks circling you looks really cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Honestly, most of it I think is like all right, but I think the very end of it makes it
The
cool.
shatter.
Yeah, because like when you're done contacting your NPC, you snap, and then the
It's just,
yeah the mask shatters,
it's
which
really
is the end of the
cool.
contact. So that's really cool.
These are pretty.
These are cool. This is a very, very new thing. This has never even remotely been done
I love how
before.
much like new stuff they're doing. Same with like the spell versions, like they did the vengeance before, and now they're doing. I don't know. I think it's so fun.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've said this, since we started, which is like, why don't they add more Fashionscape stuff? It
Wraith
obviously
is seething right
it
now.
takes some effort, but I mean,
They're fun
I
rewards
think
though
it's
for these
pretty
things.
easy to put these in there and like have people be happy about them.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see them
People
making
love
it into the game.
customizing stuff in the game.
Yeah. And so if you want to customize your portal room, then now you have the opportunity as you can change the look of not only your portals. Let's say your favorite portal takes you to Barrows or something like that. Now it can have a really cool purple portal with an ombre bordered effect similar to all the other ones
And of course, a mask on top of spikes.
with a mask on top. But if you are upgraded to a Nexus, you can actually also have your Nexus changed to an ornamental different color.
I didn't notice the frame on the Nexus till I read it.
Yeah, the frame is actually emblazoned with additional masks.
Emblusumed or whatever.
Yeah, additional masks surrounding the entire Nexus.
Looks very cool.
The base plate looks really cool. A lot of it looks really cool.
Unfortunately, I just got the Assidious blueprint, which I don't think will match any of this.
No, not even a
Which
little bit.
it's like last year I was so excited for the pool recolor to be the flame, and I was like, oh, this looks really bad with the aesthetic of my house.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think most aesthetics, most
You'd have to have
house.
the wildy one.
Yeah, you'd have to have the wildy
A
one.
lot of people do though.
And you couldn't have any of like the lava floor. I don't know how well that would go together.
True, that might look kind of weird.
But yeah.
Next, and is this last? Yes.
You shouting?
Next.
That's what it sounded like.
It's the Raging Echoes POH Spirit Tree. So this one is actually courtesy of Maxwell _ Lord and Kaido Fusion 4504.
Or is it Cytofusion?
Cytofusion, who suggested this fantastic idea on Reddit. We loved the way the gnarled face in the center POH spirit tree has been transformed into that of a Raging Echoes mask, and the idea of breaking the trunk open and filling the space with blue flames for that eerie glow. Topped off with the blue tone mushroom circle, we felt that this idea was perfect in keeping with our other reward pitches, and we're excited to bring this community creation to the game. Bear in mind, this functions as the concept if you're looking at the picture, and the design may change during development process, so it best suits the game.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, looks good.
I like it. We had those. Every one of those items have a poll question. Should they add it?
Yeah. They all have poll questions, and like we said at the top of the article, if you want to go to the very bottom, there's a survey asking all kinds of questions related to this.
What
or
kind of
just,
account do you play?
Yeah, related to your account. What you like, what you don't like, and what you want to see.
Cool.
So you can check that out as well.
Really fun. Next, moving on to
Winter what?
Wintertodt changes.
Winter taint changes. Open.
Wait, is that what it sounded like?
Open beta. So we have the beta.
We're both sicko perverts.
So more than a handful of you, and this has been updated for September 19th.
Wait, should we read the bottom part first then?
What do you mean?
Look, scroll down. There's an original blog.
Yeah, I think this is what we went over originally.
No, because this came out last week. Remember? Because we didn't talk about it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So start with the original, and then we'll update.
The original came out on the 17th, which was the day before, or the day of the podcast from last week.
Yeah, if you guys remember last week, it was so long that Rob and I were like, we're not reading this update. We'll catch you guys next week.
Well, yeah, it was because we had the guest
Disneyland.
episode. Yeah, so we did it earlier last week.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did miss this. This originally came out on Tuesday, September 17th, with an update on the 19th. So we'll go over the original first.
Cool.
So as part of poll 82, you voted with us to make a highly requested adjustment to the Wintertodt by introducing a warmth meter. So this is replacing your health almost in its entirety. So first up, we'd like to apologize for the delay. And also,
they're supposed to launch 2 weeks before.
Yeah. Also, along with a bunch of game crashes, this made it so that, unfortunately, mobile players cannot currently access the beta, at least whenever this originally came out. So the core aim of the system is to make Wintertott's damage feel equally punishing for lower players and higher level players, because for anyone that doesn't know, the meta for doing Wintertodt is to get it out of the way as long as you have 10 or I think it's like 11 or 12 health or less, because you can use one piece of food to heal your health all the way up, as opposed to if you did it later on, it would take several pieces of food. So it's
actually pretty lame.
It is significantly less efficient to do it at higher level.
Yeah. You know, whenever I had XP waste on last week, I think it was Michael had a video that he made before, and it was supposed to be like maxing an iron video series, and he started out and he already had 99 Wintertodt or fire making. Like he didn't get it on the video. Like he started and was like, I already have this.
Yeah,
and I thought that was very funny.
Extremely for any iron.
Every iron does it.
The only
they don't even consider it a level anymore.
I think the only one that might be not so included in that as far as Iron Men go is Ultimates, because they might solo do it first.
Ew. I feel like Tina probably does that.
Well, Tina actually did do that.
She did do it a lot, right?
She got 99 construction.
No, she did.
She got 99 construction by doing solo Wintertodt.
Tina's crazy. Can't wait for her bingo.
If you're an ultimate, then there's a pretty good chance that you're here later in the game, but for almost every other Iron Man, you're here first thing.
And if you're Tina, you're here forever, maybe.
Yeah. Since this is a pretty significant shift going away from hit points and taking on the Wintertodt is a dangerous activity, we've opted to run a beta for this new system.
So we're calling it now?
I mean, that's what English people call it. Beta. So to make sure that nobody's caught off guard, they're running this beta. This blog aims to give you a rundown of all the changes and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, this is pretty simple, but I guess we can like go over
step by
it.
Step?
Yeah.
All right. So starting with the lobby, you'll likely notice 2 new sets of sprouting roots, one on each side, that you can use to obtain Bruma herbs. Herbs? She's also English. Hello.
Herb.
You'll only be able to pick these while the Wintertodt is active, so it might be worth grabbing a couple as you wait for those last few bits of the Wintertott's energy to drain. Otherwise, if you're a solo player, you'll be able to stock up on these before braving the cold of the Wintertodt and kicking things off.
And this is still a protected area, so that's why they said before you have to brave the cold.
Yes. You'll also notice a swanky new warmth meter at the top left, displayed in a fitting orange that matches your garb. Warmth effectively replaces hit points as the resource you need to keep topped up if you'd like to avoid being frozen into an early grave. This means that the Wintertott's basic and special attacks do damage to your warmth. This damage is mitigated by wearing warm clothing. Having more braziers lit will reduce the warm damage you're taking. Pretty much what you're used to, just slightly different flavor now.
Yeah. So as far as gameplay goes, it's 100% the same up to this point. What's most important here is that
I think it's a little different.
decreases to your warmth meter are universal and apply to everybody in the same way. This means that if you have 10 health or 99, you'll be affected the same way if you have 50 warmth on both accounts. So in essence, 100% warmth is equivalent to 10 HP or 99 respectively before the changes, but with a little more granularity. So they do say that replenishing your warmth is simple. It doesn't require a change in behavior or anything like that, so you can just use food if you'd like. So long as a piece of food provides at least 4 hit points, so no scrimps.
No scrimps.
So a cake will do just fine.
Cake would be ideal.
It would be. You'll replenish 35% of your warmth upon eating. So whether it's a cake or it's a karambwan, it'll still give you, the same amount, 35%.
So bring cheaper things.
So each bite restores 35, even if it's just a singular bite of a cake. So if you did bring a cake, then that would be 105% of your total warmth in one piece of food.
Nice.
So just like hit points, warmth also naturally regenerates over time, like hit points. So you may notice it randomly jumping up. It's not a bug. Perhaps you don't want to use conventional food and you're all about self-sufficiency and sustainability. Luckily, they made the new drink that they just mentioned the herbs for. So
It's the same drink.
Yeah, it's the same drink. But
Yeah.
previously you could only use it on pyromancers, but now you can use it on yourself as well. It does have a drink option, and it'll restore 30% of your wealth, warmth, not 35.
A lot of money.
But it is 4 dose, so it does give you a total of 120% for your potion. So I think,
Actually pretty good.
yeah, I wonder if it will be more efficient to have the potion, because you're gonna have to drink it more, but
just people who, probably mains won't use as much because they could just buy cakes. But I could see Iron's using it so you don't have to buy anything.
no, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I was just wondering because it heals 120, but you have to click the doses more often. So I was wondering if it would be less annoying to just bring cake. I don't know.
Interesting to see how that'll work out.
Naturally, though, you can swap the left click on these rejuvenation potions to make the healing of the pyromancers a little more annoying and resulting in you wasting supplies that you could be using to maximize your points. Because left click by default is to help the pyromancer. You can obviously, if you have rune light, menu entry swapper that away.
Yeah, because now you're just going to start drinking it. I think you read it a little weird. Previously, you click on the potion, then you click the pyromancer. Now you click the potion, you start chugging it. So they actually are updating it so you will left click the pyromancer to help him. That was going to be the next paragraph. I got a little ahead.
Oh. Really?
You read it a little strange, yeah.
Oh. I don't know. The way I read it, so they say, this is verbatim. They say, naturally swapping the left click on these rejuvenation potions might make healing the pyromancers a little more annoying and resulting in you wasting supplies that you could be using to maximize your points. But don't worry because we've already got that covered.
I think you added a couple words at the beginning that made it confusing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
My reading comprehension is not the best, but reading that made it seem like why would they even change it though?
So you could drink it because you're gonna have to right click at some point. So now they're making it so you just double left click.
No, I guess that's what I'm saying. Is
you left click to help.
Why would they make it so that the default option on the pyromancer was help if they're just telling you that you can change it because it's going to be annoying wasting supplies on them?
They're not telling you to change it. They're just telling you how it's annoying that they made so that you're going to drink it.
I don't know. This,
I'll explain to you after.
Yeah, this seems...
If you get it, you get it.
I guess my main point, the thing that's confusing me is I will almost never help the pyromancer, and...
Okay, well maybe you will because you actually get points for healing him now.
The automatic left click on the pyromancer, I think, is something I'll swap away if I ever do this.
Oh, I like it. I think it's actually nice.
Well, because then I don't have it for myself, and I have to get it more often.
I'm confused. It doesn't matter.
No, if you use the potion on them, you're not using it on yourself, right? Still takes a dose.
Oh, so you mean if you click them on accident?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I thought you meant on purpose. I was like, what are you talking about?
No, yeah, I'm saying like if you go to like, if you step
Yeah.
away from the brazier and
But
then you come back and you accidentally click the
you
pyromancer.
only have to help them when they're getting messed up. It probably won't let you the rest of the time.
Exactly. That would be even worse if they're not sitting there dying and I still help them and now I gotta
like
go
it
get more
that I
potions.
think that I'm dying.
All right. Anyways, yeah.
Anyway.
Make sure to, I guess, if you're like me and just easily confused by words, then you might want to double check what all your left clicks automatically set to after
Yeah.
this update comes out.
Also in the screenshot above, you can see that the new hit splat, there is a new hit splat for warmth damage. This clearly separates them from direct damage to your hit points and should make it crystal clear when you're taking damage. It's like blue, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like a
icy.
snowflake.
It's like you're getting hit by a snowball.
Yeah, it's literally a snowflake.
Yeah. We also popped a warmth mirror just below your usual hit points bar, so you can keep your eyes on the action while you're in the fight. Where even is it? Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah, no, that's pretty handy.
Yeah, it's
an orange bar.
the health bar that is above your head.
Yeah, I thought that they meant somewhere else, so I was kind of confused. Anyway, keep in mind that while Wintertodt won't be attacking your life force directly, running completely out of warmth will kill you. Wintertodt remains a dangerous activity. Hardcore are not safe here, so keep yourself warm or somebody will bury your bones for prayer XP while the masses laugh at you. Otherwise, all the regular core Wintertodt gameplay they're already familiar with has been effectively unchanged. One extra bit of quality of life that they added is a slightly longer cooldown on being interrupted by the Wintertott's basic attacks while fletching your roots.
Dude, thank God.
So now you are guaranteed to fit a few fletches in before you take damage again. You don't know pain until you take the back-to-back and you're just not fletching anything. Oh my God.
I hate it whenever you look down and your entire chat window just says you
feel the cold seeping into your
cold,
bones.
yeah. And it's just all blue because it's just chat messages.
And then you look at your inventory and it's just a bunch of logs, not a single little tinder in sight.
It's so annoying.
Or kindling. Finally, they are also adding a reward pile to get rid of supply crates. That's just to clear up some bank space and stuff. You still can technically get reward crates by turning in like old clothes. Old clothes, that sounded weird.
Old clothes.
Like you're donating it.
Duplicates
of the outfit you can still turn in to get crates. So it's not like crates are going to be non-existent in the game anymore.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah.
There's still going to be crates?
Yeah, scroll down. They'd say right... Where does it say it? I swear they said it. Oh my God, am I crazy? No, I swear.
I think they specifically said there's not going to be any crates.
Gone are the days. What is happening? Well, I feel crazy. I'm going to read this more later. But there also will be a big search option, so you get 5 at a time.
Yeah.
I swear.
So...
I'm crazy.
For anyone like... it's okay, because apparently neither of us know what we're talking about. But if I remember correctly, they said that the points are no longer going to award you rewards via crates. They just won't exist anymore. And they're going to reward you with points almost exactly in the same way that Guardians of the Rift rewards you points. And then you can search crates outside of Wintertodt for your actual reward.
I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, and there is going to be a big search option, so you can use 5 crate reward tickets per search.
There also, whenever you go to Wintertodt for the first time to these changes, there will be a dialogue pop up in game just to update you, because you're probably going to go in and be like, what is happening here?
Yeah, and there are quite a few beta worlds if you do want to participate. That's going to be world 585, or 586, 87, 88, and 89. Cool. So, yeah, you can go check them out there as soon as you get off Tutorial Island if you want.
And then there's a couple updates. Please let them say that you could trade in for clothes, because otherwise I'm going to feel crazy. We'll go back and forth?
Sure. Yeah, these are all the updates that came a few days after this on the 19th.
This is an older book. You want to start or me?
Go ahead.
We'll be incorporating sources of regeneration like Heal Other, Redemption, the Regen Bracelet, and the Hit Points Cape into the Warmth system. This should reduce any disruption to established metas for more experienced players who make use of these. It's worth noting that for Redemption in particular, it might be a little trickier than before to reliably dip below 10% of your warmth if you're using Redemption on an account with high hit points, but it will be usable, and we have no doubt that you'll figure it out.
Sure. We'll also be adding some messages on entry to indicate players that they might want to equip some warm clothing. Some of you pointed out that isn't particularly well signposted, although...
Honestly, real. You kind of show up and you're like, I'm getting messed up.
Yeah.
No one knows why.
I mean, everyone knows at this point. But I mean, I'm sure there is one brand new player that has no friends, like I once did.
Me too.
Not saying I have new friends, but I just found
Now you
out.
found the wiki.
Yeah. But yeah, so they'll have signage.
We'll be removing the farming XP from picking Bruma roots. We're on the fence a little for this one, but the existing XP is extremely small, and the overwhelming majority of players weren't engaging with rejuvenation potions in the first place. The reason for this is to avoid introducing extremely low effort, on demand farming XP methods. We prefer to steer clear of these, even if they're outright bad, just to keep things more or less consistent with how they currently behave. Lame.
Yeah, that's
A little
like
lame.
kind of dumb. Like if someone wants to get 1,000 XP an hour, they should be allowed to. Like,
That's their right.
yeah, who are you protecting? While we won't look to change high scores to reflect the number of searches, we believe that we'll be able to retroactively update the collection log for reward searched rather than kill count.
Why? Oh, because you can get more than one.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. We're aware of the interest in making instances available for Wintertodt solo players. As it stands, the work required to perform this is massive in scope compared to changes we're making here, so it's not something we'll look to include alongside these changes. A handful of players suggesting making a smaller version of the Wintertodt for solo scaling, but we're not looking to introduce any gameplay differences that might advantage or disadvantage certain scales over another.
Yeah.
You don't want to make people feel like they have to do it solo.
Yeah, that seems like a little bit too much work for like a simple redo. We'll be investigating whether or not we can make rejuvenation potions making function. Wait, what? Whether or not we can make rejuvenation potion making function similarly to typical. I didn't read it weird. I reread it and that's how it's written.
Rejuvenation potion making function.
Yeah, apparently that's a thing. To typical potion making via herb lore. So at the moment, rejuvenation potions aren't treated in the same way as other potions, which leads to some odd behavior when trying to make them while moving. And we can't make any promises, so they're probably not going to change it.
But they're looking into it.
Sure.
While we're not able to commit firmly to this, we're also investigating having your hit points rapidly tick down if you run out of warmth rather than dying immediately, similar to Whisper's sanity mechanic. We saw a number of suggestions to this, and like they did in principle, we just need time to see whether or not it's possible and without a significant rewrite to the work we've already done. Good thing we're almost done for the day because we cannot read right now.
Yeah.
Holy.
I think this is dumb. Because
yeah.
I mean, like
the whole thing is
you're seeing your health
points.
tick down. Just because it's called warmth, it doesn't mean you don't treat it like health. Like it's ticking down the exact way you want it to.
Yeah.
Like
that's kind of mean.
Just I don't know, wake up and eat some food. We're investigating reports that some consumables, such as crambons, monkfish, and wine, aren't properly restoring warmth. And we should know all food that heals more than 3 should restore 35%. So we imagine it's unlikely you'll want to use these higher valued foods anyways.
I like it because everyone in the betas is so used to bringing these foods that they're like, yeah, I got to bring these foods.
I mean,
so much so that they're like, stop.
They said wine. Like you can't blanket statement this and also include wine, which costs like literally 3 gold.
Okay, well, wine is a very common one to bring, but it's annoying because you have all the cups left.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I'm not crazy, you guys. Players had questions around how we'd handle the supply crates they've already obtained. You can keep them. This means you can open them at your leisure and not have to worry about anything being lost by converting them into reward cart searches, or you can hang on to them as a fun memory. Though you'd still be able to get more supply crates by handing in pieces of the Pyromancer outfit, so they're not going to become discontinued or anything to that effect. I'm not crazy. I just forgot it was in the update.
Okay, so yeah, you can get additional crates if you have like a ton of gloves or something.
Yeah.
We'll also be adjusting the post-game message that tells you how many reward searches you've earned to let you know how many searches you have in total as well. So yeah, that's cool.
That's it for the Wintertodt.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I think this is overall just a W update.
Yeah, a long time coming.
Yeah, there's no, as far as I'm concerned, no bad parts of this update.
I'm mostly excited that the guaranteed fletching, because getting the back-to-back hits and not being able to fletch is so tilting.
Honestly, I think they said it's only 1 guaranteed, at least.
That's 100% more than in the past.
Exactly. So even if it's only 1, that's still pretty nice.
I'd be happy.
Yeah. All right, though, moving on to Varlamore.
The Rising Darkness.
It is rising for some reason. But anyways, this is the second part of Varlamore's release. There's going to be 3 total. We already know that. And they said the third one is going to release in quite some time from now. So
next year.
Yeah, we're not even going to mention that. But this is the second installment, and it does come with quite a few things, including new bosses and new mini games.
And new areas.
Yeah, so this is the whole new area. It opens up today, whenever the update was for you.
It was yesterday.
Yeah. So two new areas of Varlamore, the Snowy Mountains, as well as the Island Paradise of Aldurin. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Aldurin.
Is it Aldurin or Aldurin?
I feel like it's Aldurin.
Do they
I
say
think I said
it?
two different things.
Yeah, I was like, do you hear the voice actors in the game? Do they say it?
No. There's no voice actors in the game. What do you mean?
Yeah, all right, because I'm almost 100% going to say Alderaan, like from Star Wars.
There's an I. Never mind.
There we go.
I don't want to argue.
Anyways, though, on the Dark Frost Mountain, rather, you'll encounter the Rainbow Dragon,
Ugh.
an ancient monster.
Just try to say the name.
I just read
Rainbow Dragon.
Rainbow Dragon.
The Huayacodal.
Yeah. An ancient monster which has started causing chaos for unwary travelers in the region. A little further east, you'll spot the Proud Spire, which is the mysterious Tower of Ascension.
Which is where I accidentally ran thinking that that's where the Huayacodal was.
No, two different mountains. Easy mistake.
Ran all the way to the top. And I was like, where is this?
Yeah, it's a temple spire. But yeah, so there's those two spots. Meanwhile, on the Isle of Aldurin, you'll be able to sample some of their favorite or famous vineyards and have a go at some of the mixology of your own. This is going to be the new minigame area.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can check these all out on the map that they have provided or just in game. And you can get to the island via some boats that they have from Varlamore.
Yeah, they're like southwest Varlamore.
Yeah.
Fly southwest.
Yeah, I'd recommend checking them out. If you want to, you can actually also start the quest that's in the same area.
Yeah, there's a few different quests. So the first one is the Heart of Darkness. This is the thrilling follow-up to Twilight's Promise, and you'll be investigating the mysterious cult behind the attempt on Token Servius's life. It begins right where we left off at the Tiamat, which is next to Moon's Apparel area.
Okay.
While investigating, you'll be able to explore the new areas and enjoy a new Slayer cave and mini-boss, which we forgot about.
Yeah.
Robert kept talking about a new ice boss, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, because it's very briefly not gone over, essentially.
Yeah. Anyway, quest requirements are 55 mining, 48 thieving, 48 slayer, 46 agility, completed Twilight's Promise, and a recommended combat level of 65.
That being said, you can, I don't know about the quest, but for the mini boss, you can kill the boss without taking any damage if you do it correctly.
Nice. Rewards for the quest are 2 quest points, 8,000 mining, thieving, slayer, and agility XP, and access to the new Slayer dungeon.
Yeah, so you can go there, and once you have completed the Heart of Darkness, you unlock the new Slayer dungeon, and this contains a large range of creatures, as all of them do. Most of these are existing enemies, but the new one is going to be the Frost Naguas. So this is going to be the counterpart to the, I don't even remember the name of them, but the Naguas that are in the Moon's Apparel. Those ones that, yeah, they drop the, sulfurous Naguas.
Oh yeah, because they draw those sulfurous things.
Yeah, exactly.
Blades.
So they drop the blades, which for anyone that hasn't looked into the blades that the Naguas drop, they're not very good. They're worse than a DSIM.
They're a dragon. Nope, they're a collection log slot.
They are.
Dragon log slot?
Yeah, they are a dragon log slot. But these are actually the same in that they drop instead of the slash version, which is the sulfur version, the Frost Naguas, I think, drop a crush version of, again, the weapons interact pretty much the exact same in that they have 2 different hit splats.
Yeah.
And so for that reason, you might want to use them somewhere if you're a very early game character or something like that. They're extremely cheap already, so if you just don't have a lot of money, maybe you can check those out, I guess, as well.
Yeah. The next quest is Tales of the Sun. Alongside Hard Darkness, we also have some new Tales of the Sun for you to enjoy. These standalone quests are found all across Varlamore. We're only going to talk about one today. The rest you have to find yourself. This is actually the first quest I've done. I've only done 2 of the quests. This is Death on the Isle. Everything you can want from a murder mystery, disguises, deception, and deductions galore. We're a spoiler-free zone, so don't expect us to give any more away, but they will break down what's needed to get started.
Yeah.
I did the 2 of the quests guideless. They are both short quests that took me more than a short time.
Yeah.
I will say that. So it begins in Aldurin, where you'll find a stressed-looking gentleman outside of one of the fancier villas. You are requiring 34 thieving, 32 agility, complete Children of the Sun, and a recommended combat of at least 40. You will receive 2 quest points, 10,000 thieving, 7,500 agility XP, and 5,000 crafting XP, and an ability to use a costume needle, a new needle that doesn't require thread to use.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
That's really nice for like D-bodies and stuff, huh? Or
That's
like
just nice in general.
crafting. Yeah. I didn't know what it was. They're like ability to use this, and I was like, what's that? Until I read the blog post.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
That's pretty nice. Also, I think this the XP is pretty nice as well because this is a very low level quest.
Yeah. And then there's a couple others. The only other one that I did so far was a museum one. It's like ethically sourced antiquities or something like that. That one also took me a shamefully long amount of time.
Nice.
But doing quests without guides is really fun sometimes.
What was your rating for the quests? Your experience with them?
I really liked the murder mystery one. I laughed out loud at one part. You heard me laugh out loud at one part.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the little dog in his disguise. The only thing with murder mystery things in games is that I'm always looking for a twist. I'm thinking like, oh, well, that one's too obvious and stuff, which is kind of an annoying mindset to have. But I won't get into spoilers. It was a good quest. And so was the antiquity one. It had some like little puzzles in it that are pretty easy to solve unless you're like really tired like me last night and we're super confused.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a riddle more.
Beyond the quest, there's additional things that you can do if you're not interested in quests at all. You can go to the new boss, the Huey Coddle. I'm just going to call him Huey.
Oh, Huey is such a cute name.
The Dark Frost Mountain is home to the Huey Coddle, and he has awakened. Surprise, surprise. So you can team up
Huey
with
woke.
fellow. You can
We
team
should
up.
make that a emote.
Well, yeah, we have to get like screenshots of them.
We do.
But yeah, you can team up with your fellow adventurers and take on this ancient serpent. We broke down the gameplay and the rewards in the summit a while ago, so you can check them out.
Yeah, we talked about past episodes.
It's not a super difficult boss.
It's a really easy boss. I got 2k. To be fair, there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
I will. Okay, let's read this first, and then I'll say what I have to say.
I was also joking because a lot of them were not wearing max, but they were wearing fairly high level gear.
It was funny. At first, Robert was like, oh, everyone wearing max. And I'm like, no one here even has Torva. I had a scythe, but no one else even had a scythe.
But this is like a mid-level boss, and plenty of people had like DHLs and Inferno capes.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants the pet, probably.
Maybe. Probably not. Anyways, so the gameplay is that you join a dwarven party, make your way up to the mountain, attack the parts. Mountain is very loosely used here. Attack the parts of the Huey that are sticking out from the rock while avoiding hazards. Don't forget your protection prayers. And when Huey moves, climb to the top of the mountain and attack his face. If Huey uses its tail to defend itself, shatter it and resume the fight. You can deal damage to the head until Huey is defeated.
This mountain is not a mountain.
It is.
I felt deceived. I thought this was going to be like a 10-minute long fight, like going up in circles. Yeah. It is one part of a pathway. You clear that, you walk up and you're at Huey Coddle.
Yeah, if you
have, it's weird.
If you've been to the White Wolf Mountain, which I'm sure everyone has,
it's not even as tall as that.
It is like half the size of that.
It's strange.
Think about going up half of one of the mountains, and that's how tall it is.
I mean, it's a mid-level boss, but I thought it was going to be like several tiers, like kind of. I don't know. I imagine it more extravagant, but I'm not. It is mid-level boss, so I guess I can't complain.
Another
it's kind of weird.
Easy comparison is if you've ever taken the fairy ring to Relica, just outside of Relica in the Snowy Mountain, that mountain is taller.
It's similar vibes though, going up that pathway.
Yeah.
And then being at a plateau.
Yep.
It's really strange.
Not very tall. But anyway,
I was surprised by that.
That is where you fight Huey with the help of the dwarves. Like Michelle said, she did it in a group, and it was very easy.
It was like 2.5 minute Casey.
I've seen people say that they do them with like 3 or 4 people, and it's also still fairly easy. Yeah. So not a difficult boss. But that being said, this is one of the I'll talk about the rewards.
Okay.
So for your efforts, you'll be rewarded with a number of powerful items. All of these are tradable, so feel free to buy them or, actually get them. So this is going to be the Tome of Earth. Works the same way as the other tomes. Mm-hmm. Dragon Hunter Wand, which is the new mage, Dragon Bane weapon.
Not as strong as the other Dragon Bane weapons, though.
Certainly not.
I feel like someday they'll add an upgrade to make it as strong at a high level boss.
Yeah, probably in a few years.
It makes sense.
It's still very strong, though, especially early on.
Yeah.
Huey's hide armor. So this is going to be, I think, just right around...
Oh, I haven't even looked up what the D-hide looks like for him, because it's an outfit now, right?
Yeah, it's right around Blessed, I think, or a little bit better than Blessed D-hide.
Yeah.
Let's see. Huey Coddle.
And you also get seeds for a new herb, which grows the prayer regen thing.
Yeah, so let's look at the drops and
Oh, the hide's right there. Okay, it looks kind of pretty.
oh, it does. It looks
Oh,
kind of
look
cool.
at the coif. The head looks very like dragony, almost like a mask. It is a
It
mask, kinda.
does.
Okay, it
Yeah.
actually looks very
It kind of
nice.
looks like a dragon head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of
It's
dope.
it's reminiscent if you ever seen like the traditional like Chinese dragon
That's what I was
dance.
thinking of. It reminds me of that.
It's very like Asian dragon
Yeah. Which is
vibes.
the first thing I thought whenever I saw who Kotal was. He looked like one of those.
Yeah, it's funny because it does look like what that one person suggested,
hmm
whenever they did like a take on like what Blessed D'hide would look like if it was like Huey vibe.
Yeah.
Except like I liked that one more.
I think it should be a little bit more colorful.
It is very like pale.
Yeah. Well, also because they like the chest piece has like color on it, but it's only on the shoulders and the rest is like grayish. I'm
Yeah.
like, should have done like more
What
throughout.
about this guy, dude?
Dude, the pet is so
His
good.
name is Hubert.
I would die for Hugh. He's so short. He looks like a little wiener dog.
Yeah, he is very
He
small.
looks like a wiener dog wearing a costume.
Yeah, very very small. We don't have the rates obviously, but
It's probably 1 out of 3K. But
yeah, I
I'm my
suspect it's
concern
very
is
small.
like if it changes a lot depending on how many people are there, like next style.
Yeah.
But I don't know because it is mid level. Like scurries and stuff, they didn't do
I don't
that.
think it'll be as bad as Zolcano, but I do think it'll work similarly.
Yeah, where if you're MVP, you're more likely.
Yeah.
hmm This is a
Besides
really
that,
cool looking pet though.
this is probably the biggest point of contention that I saw, which is why I was seeing more negative stuff, and that's the huasca seeds. And these seeds are going to be used to grow the herb and make prayer regeneration
It's
potions.
pink, right? The
Yeah.
herb is.
Yeah, I think so.
I saw a picture. It looked cute.
Yeah, on average, this is just based on, extremely early findings or whatever, but people
hmm
are getting around 30 or one every 33 kills.
It's like an hour.
Yeah, it's not very much. So
Yeah.
people are saying you can get anywhere between like 7 to 9 of these potions per hour of grinding,
Okay.
which I mean isn't a ton. People just want it to be, or people would like to see it be more.
Yeah. I
But
wonder. I mean, the first week is always a little bit of like testing and seeing how stuff works. There's
yeah.
always slight adjustments, so I'm interested to see if it changes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it might not. I don't know. It is kind of a long grind for the thing is it's a supply, right? So it's not
hmm
like, oh, you do an hour and then it's fine. No, it's like you do an hour,
You have to come back.
yeah, and then you have to come back and then you do another hour and you have to come back. So it's like
Yeah.
kind of annoying. But some people I haven't played RuneScape 3 ever, but they were saying that it like is kind of annoying cuz it kind of reminded them of RS3 because, and I don't know if this is hyperbole because again I've never played RS3, but they're saying like in RS3 they have to like grind for 3 hours as an Iron Man.
Yeah.
They have to like grind for 3 hours or prep for 3 hours in order to do 1 hour
I feel like that's
of
how
PVM.
OSRS is sometimes though.
I don't really think so.
I don't know, like later game, like
Yeah.
getting bruised and stuff.
I don't really think so.
I don't know. I'm not an
Honestly.
iron,
Yeah,
so I don't
I was like
really.
that's kind of a lot.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't feel that wrong to me though.
Okay.
Anyway, next up is Mastering Mixology. Discover a fresh approach to potion making with this brand new herbal activity. The Varlamorean alchemists need a helping hand keeping up with demand, and there are plenty of rewards for your assistance. Once again, the full details can be found in the Summer Summit blog or our podcast episode named something about, I think it's Summer Summit in Review, if you want to go listen. But we could go through the little gameplay loop here. So there's no need for secondary ingredients. You'll only need to stock up on herbs. Take unloaded herbs from the convenient bank chest and use them on the nearby refiner. Refining herbs will give you a mox, agate, or lye paste depending on the herb type. You need all three to consistently satisfy potion orders. You can store up to 300 of each types in the hopper, with any excess paste able to be stored in the bank until you need it. You'll see 3 potion orders to choose from and an indicator from whether the end results need to be concentrated, crystallized, or homogeneous. Yeah?
Yep.
Don't worry, there are convenient lab notes nearby to tell you exactly what goes into each potion. To mix your potion, use the levers on the mixing table to fill up the mixing vessel. Grab the unfinished potion from the mixing vessel and either concentrate, crystallize, or homogenize it at the corresponding machine to finish it off. Place your final potion on the conveyor belt to finish off your order and receive points, depending on how much mox, agate, or lye was used to make it. The points can be used to purchase the rewards, so you can always target orders that use more of the regions that you need more points for.
Yep.
Honestly, I'm excited for plugin for it. I haven't tried it yet.
It's not very difficult, and this makes it sound worse than it is.
I was gonna say I haven't tried it. Reading it makes it sound difficult.
Also, it's much easier than it previously was anticipated to be, because previously they were saying you can make like 3 potions at the same time. That's not true. You can make just 1 potion at a time.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to just do 1 at a time compared to 3. So it's, as far as I've seen, it's not a big deal.
Okay. We have some rewards though.
Yeah, so this is another thing. Honestly, it was just mainly Huey's rewards and these rewards that I saw the biggest amount of people like complaining.
Maybe too long of grinds.
Yeah, so that's kind of like why, originally I was saying like, oh, you didn't grind that much. Is because like I was like taking into consideration like all the things that you can get from construction.
Yeah.
Which is a lot, and the amount you've done compared to that isn't a ton. Mm-hmm. And this would kind of be the same case here. Like if you spent a few days here, that's still like not a lot.
Yeah,
based on the amount of grind
this is going to be a long
required.
grind. I mean, it's kind of like we were talking about earlier in the episode, I think, about like Guardians of the Earth and stuff. Like stuff isn't as fast of grinds as it used to be for mini games.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just something we're definitely not used to.
Yeah.
Because I think people were also complaining whenever Guardians of the Rift happened. They're like, this takes forever.
No, you're right.
That's just the way it is now.
Also, before we get into this, just like keep this in mind, is based on the way, I haven't done this minigame, let me preface.
Just so people said.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it either.
So based on the way the minigame is set up, there's like certain herbs you have to use in certain ranges, and it's kind of like limiting. Mm-hmm. Like if you stocked up on like Harlander, dwarf weed, and I forgot whatever the last one was, then you're good to go. But if you just accidentally got a different one, then it's like you get less points.
Oh.
Like you actively get, like if you're like, oh, I saved up like 10,000 of whatever Torstol, and it wasn't the best one for that bracket, then you're just getting less points. Like you if you're a main, you can sell it and get new ones, but if you're an Iron Man, you're kind of just out of luck.
Yeah. So
that's kind of unfortunate. And then the second thing is the grind is kind of long, based on like extremely quote unquote like preliminary calculations by people.
It's been out like 24 hours.
It would take like on average. How long do you think it would take to get the pre-pot device? The thing that most people want.
12 hours. More. Because the blueprints take 10 hours at Mahogany Homes.
Okay.
14 hours.
14? I mean, it's not a bad guess. But people are estimating it would take around 20.
Honestly, it's pretty busted.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because I'm thinking I just spent 10 hours doing it so my house has different colored bricks. Like...
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I get it, and I think it's going to suck when I'm actually doing it, but as someone who hasn't tried it yet, I'm like, that's just RuneScape.
I mean, you're just going to buy it because it is tradable.
Yeah, but I like collection lots.
Okay. But besides that, we can get into the actual points, and we'll quickly go over... the rewards, what you get with points. So, like I said, you do get, or like Michelle said, you do get Mox, Aga, and Lie points. Depending on which types of potions and which types of herbs you use, you get more or less points. Mm-hmm. Once you get enough points, you can use them to buy potion packs, which I heard are horrendous and would not recommend you get.
They're definitely going to get boosted, you think?
They're really, really bad. Like, people are like, oh, they were like, oh, I'm 85 herb lore, which means I can get the expert one. So hopefully I get some range potions, maybe some super restores, and people are all like, yeah, I got some fishing potions and some mage potions.
What are you getting at Apprentice?
They're all like, I got like 4 ancient brews, which is like the best thing in the sack.
Why is this like the meme where they're like, wait, you guys got pots in yours?
Yeah, it was just like all of them. Like people were, inserting their anecdotal stories, and they're like, it seems across the board it's slightly undertuned based on the amount of effort you put in and the amount of points it costs.
Okay.
Besides that, though, you can also get Aldarium, which is tradable. This can be used to make the goading potions.
Which will seem fun for Slayer.
It does. We also have the reagents pouch, which allows you to store additional secondaries, untradeable. Mm-hmm. And also untradeable is the alchemist's outfit and the amulet, which lets you store additional, 4 dose amulet stacks. And then the pre-pot device, which we did mention, was tradable. And then finally, an account unlock, which is the potion storage, which is the additional storage in your actual bank.
Doesn't take up bank spots.
Doses.
My bank is already organized. That's my only organized tab, so I'm just going to keep it. But nice for
Same.
other people.
Yeah, same. Also, for anyone wondering, we did get confirmation you can use unfinished potions here as well as your herbs, just like normal.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, next is the Colossal Worm Agility course. So, Wormtongue, an anteater, has been appointed by the museum to lead a preservation effort and save the remains of this majestic colossal worm from a rampant termite infestation. While Wormtongue used to be pretty adept at catching termites, his age is coming up on him. He needs your help to help preserve this ancient landmark and supply him with snacks. I need to go here. I forgot there's an anteater. I would have gone if I remembered.
Yeah.
So gameplay, there are 2 routes to choose from. Basic route for players with 50 agility, advanced for players with 62 plus. You'll receive slightly lower agility XP than other training options due to its low intensity. However, you have the chance to earn some unique rewards. To earn rewards, bring Wormtongue every termite you can find. As you run your laps in the course, there's a chance for termites to appear on some obstacles. These are automatically picked up and stacked in your inventory.
Yeah. I did see some people
It's cute.
and this is all, other people's feedback. I'm just mentioning it so you know. I haven't done
He's
any
not
of
a
these
hater.
things.
Other people are haters.
I haven't done any of these things. This is just what I saw. And it's that some people were saying that it's a little bit more intensive of a gameplay loop than originally
Than you'd
thought
expect.
of. Because they said it's like the Shazian one, which is impossibly,
I
simple.
haven't been to the Shazian.
Exactly, because no one likes it. Because it's, fairly low XP, but fairly low input.
Yeah.
People are saying this is also fairly low XP, but you also have to do a little bit more.
Oh.
And a lot of people are saying that, and they linked posts to it. And this isn't the first time Jagex has done this, but initially they're saying like, oh, you're supposed to get like a decent amount of amylase here. Well, you get the termites, which you turn in for marks of grace, which then turns into amylase, right?
So simplest rewards are amulets packs in the Colossal Worm Agility course telly.
Yeah, so people were saying that whatever conversion it works out to for termites per hour into amylase per hour is actually like much lower, making it just not a super rewarding experience in general besides the unique rewards.
Well, what is rewarding? You weren't supposed to end because I was going to say is the unique rewards.
There you go. Yeah, you rolled right into it.
You will still want to go do this though because we have new Graceful. Gather up Jesus Christ. Gather up enough termites and you can turn them in for a graceful recolor that adds some Varlamorean flair to its base appearance. If you look closely, you'll notice some regal hints of deep blues and yellows, and also your midriff is entirely exposed. You don't have to look that hard for it. Also, this is not deep blue. This is like basic blue.
Yeah, that's like just barely indigo.
I
I wouldn't call it like dark navy royal.
Yeah, I don't like dislike the outfit or anything, but again, I wish that the colors were a little bit more colorful.
Yeah.
I don't know. This area just seems very like colorful and vibrant. So I'm like, come on, guys. Most important is the squirrel transmog.
The bone squirrel.
He's a bone squirrel. He's just a skeleton squirrel. That's all there is to say. Robert needs to log in and do that.
Sure. Or you could just get the pet.
Anyway, that's all that there is for Varlamore. We have a couple other small changes, though.
So we have some Araxor changes. These are for the combat achievements from last week. So it was great to see everyone come out and get a bunch of kills. It was good seeing everyone's feedback as well. But they are going to make some changes to Perfect Araxor. So this is one of the top requests by them. Is they're adding the information on the fail conditions for Perfect Araxor.
The top request is explaining how to do it.
Well, yeah, because this may seem unusual, but every other boss that has Perfect tells you exactly what you need to not do.
Sometimes it's obnoxious, like at Versic or something. It's like, Jesus.
But so now people guessed and, found out how to do Perfect Araxor before this, but now
I got it.
Anyone going forward should be able to easily understand how to get a Perfect Araxor kill. Last thing is Relaxor, which is another combat achievement.
That was kind of cute. It actually used to be named Relax Gamer, but the community suggested they named it Relaxor, and they were like, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So they changed it.
Yeah, so that was a community gem, and that is all they changed.
Not much changes. Honestly, the CAs are pretty fun.
Yeah.
They're not that bad. I was so scared of the one that you can't move, because I thought you'd just be taking venom damage. You just move in a square around him. It's actually pretty chill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually kind of how you actually should do the fight.
I was like, how do you guys do this? I don't know how to step under. And someone was like, you just walk around him. And I was like, huh, cool.
Yep. The only tough part about that is if you don't do a ton of damage, then the poison could catch up to
Yes.
you in the enrage.
I have a scythe, so that helps.
Yeah. There are some other changes, though.
Yeah, so adjusted the Inquisitor armor's damage and accuracy bonus to crush. Now each Inquisitor armor piece gives plus 2.5% crush accuracy and damage when used alongside the Inquisitor's mace, regardless of the set effects. We know you've been waiting a long time for this one, and we're sorry for the delay.
Because this is how it was originally pulled months and months ago.
The initial implementation and delay in the fixing are both the result of internal miscommunications that we're working to improve. So I wonder if someone's like, I already did it, and they're like, no, you didn't.
Like you don't have like a task board like
They probably
in
don't.
whatever app you use
It's
that
probably
just
lost
says
in Slack somewhere.
fix Inquisitor finally again.
You want to read the next one?
Ever wished that run mode would automatically be enabled as soon as you regain some energy?
Yes. Wait, I didn't read this.
No, actually, I've never wished that. We hope so because that's what we've implemented with always on run mode. This is something in the settings menu, so if you're like me and you don't want this, you don't have to turn it on.
I'm going to turn this on because I died to bosses trying to run away, and I run out of run, and then I run out of prayer, and I just am overwhelmed.
Well, it's not like it would give you run back.
No, but my run would be on instead of walking. Like, I've used it and, like, walked into poison stuff. I think this literally happened to Roxer the other day.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how that would help in that situation. But for anyone that wants to, you can set a threshold as well. So your character, if like your threshold is 20, once your character gets to 20 run energy, will begin running again.
Actually, kind of cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool and pretty useful for a lot of people. But yeah, I don't know. I just like look at it and I like usually pay attention to it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
The quest journal will now remain open when moving around and will also resize on larger screen sizes.
Huge.
That's, yeah.
You'll now get a warning when dropping items in Giant's Foundry during the Sleeping Giants quest because they're
wonder what was lost.
unretrievable, brother.
I wonder what kind of stuff people lost there. The flames on League's 4 Trailblazer Reloaded trophies are now animated. You only had to wait a year.
Yep. The bridge guard no longer spots the player at the safe spot near the northwestern bridge during the stealing artifacts minigame.
Farmers at farming patches throughout Galenor now have a standard trade interface instead of a cumbersome dialogue menu.
Nice.
Whoa.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Reduce the...
I did 105 million XP going through that dialogue.
Yeah, weird. They also reduced the aggression radius of ancient wyverns.
Making Ultra Compose now gives token farming XP.
Okay. And the stash unit at the top of the watchtower can once again be used for storage before the quest is complete.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So Varlamore is really dope.
Is Varla no more?
No, we're gonna get part 3.
I know. Not for a while, though.
I like it though. I know you haven't tried it. I haven't been to too much, so I feel like I can't speak on it. And I don't want to say that much spoilers, to be honest, for the quest and things.
Yeah.
But I did make a short of some of the new capybaras.
Okay.
We did not find the grape capybara. I don't know if he's real. The picture they posted on Twitter, if you saw it, you know. I don't even know if he's in the game.
I don't know.
Upsetting.
The final thing I'll say about the update is if you are...
That sucks and I hate you all.
No, if you're looking to try a new moneymaker, then you can try killing the new mini boss, the new Frost Nagua.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently he's okay money per hour, like, you know, like around a mil or something like that. I forgot what it was, but
Nice.
he also drops like pretty useful stuff for crafting as well as prayer potion doses, so it might be good for Ironman.
And he drops that unique if you like collection logs.
He also does that.
Anyway.
Yep. Pretty good. We can move on to some Q&A questions. Thanks again for asking your questions.
Yay.
We do always appreciate them.
Thank you. All right. So first question is from Matt over on Discord. Thoughts on hardcore handicap mode. Your player will have a permanent handicap of choice, only 80% of normal speed, 25% of normal range of vision, unable to type, etc. If I only had 80% of my normal speed, I would quit the game.
True.
Ain't no way. I don't think I'd want a permanent... Oh, or do you mean like it'd be a seasonal game? No, because you said permanent.
Yeah, permanent. It's part of the account.
I think I'd like this if it was a thing in leagues. Like one of the... what do they call it? The relics? To be like, oh, you lose some of your vision, but you get this other cool thing.
Yeah, I mean...
But I guess league's whole thing is to be all busted all the time.
No, I could see that being like... like interesting. Like, oh, you can only use one hand. You can only use your right hand, but your weapons deal twice as much damage.
Yeah, you'll just never use a defender ever again in
Yeah,
your
it's like you can
game.
never use a defender. You can
Or
never use a shield.
two-handed.
You can never use, whatever you put in your left hand.
Anything with two hands.
Yeah, anything with two hands, but your main hand deals twice as much damage.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun as like a relic thing, not its own mode, because I don't think it's impactful enough to be its own mode, to be honest.
I could see it. I could see people, the people that are already doing this. I could see wanting this, but besides that, I don't really see too much attraction to it. Because like, I'm sure there are people that are like, oh, I play with only walk on.
Yeah.
Like because then you could like make that like an official thing for yourself. But,
that's true. That's what the private servers are going to be for.
Yeah, I mean, you have just all you have to do is pay extra for it.
I wonder if you'll be able to do some of these things in there.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's cool. But like I said, I think the people interested are already doing it.
Sure. Last question this week is from Harger on Discord. Do you think it'd be cool if NPC-run shops like Bob's Axes had special items with special specs that were only available at that shop? In real life, different businesses make the same thing in slightly different ways. I think it would encourage more purchases from stores and could add interesting loyalty groups to the game. Like if you bump into another player and realize, hey, he's also an Elgin staff guy. By the way, Elgin is the staff store in Priv.
I didn't know that.
This reminds me of a patient calling the other day at work and talking about going to the store when she was a kid and there'd be 3 mustards. And going now, and she's like, and there's like 30 mustards. Like, I don't even know what to choose. And I'm like, there's kind of like a surplus.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how to release a RuneScape, but that's very funny.
Yeah, it's funny because I was gonna like comment on that, but I'm like, that's totally unrelated.
It's not. It just reminded me. I thought that was a funny thing to say.
That's just because of like availability in the market. Like,
yeah.
Previously, there's only like 10 guys that knew how to make mustard that good, so only 3 actually sold it. But now,
everyone and their mom knows how to make mustard.
Any Joe could like make a mustard or a pickle and sell it.
Not any Joe.
Yeah, any Joe.
Not any Joe.
Any of them.
Wow.
Well, maybe not any of them, but no, I think this is kind of a cool idea. I'm still don't really know where I like sit on this.
I don't know, because I know I wouldn't go to them.
Yeah.
I like it. I love seeing people running around the game, but I know I wouldn't go inside no matter what. Even if you could only get there. Because you wouldn't want anything so good that you have to go there.
Yeah.
But I don't know that there's anything like middle ground enough that's not too good, but good enough for me to go there,
Yeah, I mean, this kind of like leads into something that I've wanted for the game for a little bit, which is like kind of like not a total, but like some revitalization to shops in the game, because it's either you're just totally disregarding them, or it's shopscape.
Doing the iron thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopping over and over.
Or it's like, oh, I need 100,000 arrows, or I need 100,000 runes. Mm-hmm. It's like, maybe you're like a brand new account. You're like, I'm buying a bunch of pink skirts to sell them for 500 GP because that's high profit, but
huge money.
Yeah, it's like it's really just that or nothing at all. So it's like I wish there were cool reasons to go, like be at shops or congregate near shops.
I just don't know. I don't think that this would be the way to do it though.
Yeah.
But I don't know what would be. It sucks because I don't know what would make people go.
Yeah, I think Bob's is kind of cool because it already has the thing where he can repair your stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of cool. So you do see people there from time to time, but yeah, I don't know.
Like, I didn't even know that staff man in Priff existed.
I think it would be cool if, like, maybe they sold, like, certain, like, versions of the weapon. Like, maybe there was, like, certain ornamental versions of, like,
that steel axe?
Axes or something like that.
I still don't think it should be anything busted, but that could be kind of cool. Like, just fancier version, like, this is Bob's style of axe.
Yeah, like maybe...
And your Mithril axe just looks a little different.
Instead of, like, the T for trimmed next to the weapon, it was, like,
B for Bob. That'd be funny.
And it was kind of like, his custom version. And then, like, each shop maybe had their own custom version.
That'd be cute.
That'd be kind of cool because, at the end of the day, like, a plate skirt shop is a plate skirt shop is a plate skirt shop. So it's like, it would be cool if they were kind of different. If you're like, oh, I'm in Falador, I get the cool one that's trimmed with, like, maybe white knight trimming or something. So, like, maybe that'd be cool. It wouldn't be
I
a
like
big deal,
it.
and people wouldn't be attracted to the shops, by a ton. But it would be kind of
You
interesting.
could customize yourself a little bit while you're first like playing the game before
Yeah,
you get the rune.
or maybe it could be like a quest related. Like, let's say if we do take the Falador thing a little bit further, they're like, oh, you've done, you know,
The quest line, the
the
White Knights.
yeah, the White Knight quest line a little bit. Well, you get like this new, like, fancier, like a fancier plume on the helmet, or something
Yeah.
additional that you can buy from that shop that you previously couldn't buy. Or maybe there's a dialogue for trimming because you've done that stuff. Maybe that would be cool. I don't know about an additional spec.
Yeah. I think the spec's a little too much.
Yeah, if you did, I think it could be like kind of a cool thing, but then let's like which shops do or don't have the specs, and are the specs even good? So,
It could never revitalize everything because even then, everyone would choose a favorite one, and there would still be stuff getting neglected.
yeah.
It's impossible to get people to go all around the game.
I was
Which kind
just
of sucks.
I was just thinking about this, and I think, people would probably hate it cuz, why wouldn't they? But I think it's kind of an interesting idea is like
Add a scythe to Bob's axe store.
No, I was going to say like cuz you mentioned specs. So I was thinking of
Mm.
like specs, and then I was like, "Oh, it'd be cool if like different shops in different towns did sell a fake spec weapon."
Oh, like a goofy goober thing?
No, like something you could use in PKing. So like
You think
maybe
of Diego's like fake stuff? I'm
kind of.
imagining that.
So it's like, what if you got like a replica, I don't know, like a replica dark bow, and you like brought it out, looked like a dark bow,
Wait, it's
fired
like,
like
do you
a
remember
dark
the
bow.
birthday candle dagger that looked like a dragon
Yeah,
dagger?
exactly.
Yeah.
It was like that, but then whenever you shot it, the arrows would hit you, and they would always hit for zeros.
But then that's another thing that you go once, you get it, and you're done. You never go again.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, PKers would get multiple, right? Because they would die.
That's true.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that would be kind of interesting, and it would like change up. I mean, I know nothing about PKing, but I think it would change it up if like you're like, oh, there's a spec coming. I know that they only have this much remaining, but it's like, oh, now I don't know how much they have remaining because
Hmm.
those hit me for zeros. Did I just get lucky and they didn't hit me, or did they just hit me with a fake one?
Makes it more tricky.
Yeah.
Like, is it bad RNG or are they playing me?
Exactly. I think
Yeah.
that'd be kind of, if we're following this question, I think
Yeah.
that'd be potentially something that'd be kind of cool.
But then to take it away from the question again, I feel like then it's just like the fun weapons at Diego's.
Well, yeah, but at least they have a use. The fun weapons at Diego are just for, I mean, splashing, I guess.
Yeah. You could use them for PKing, I guess. They have the fake D-claws.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the questions.
It for this episode.
Yes. So thanks for listening.
Thank you.
If you did enjoy it, we did enjoy answering your questions. So please make sure to drop us your questions on any of our social platforms.
Yeah, our Twitter and TikTok are Bunebapeosrs. Our Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram are all Bunebape. And I stream 4 days a week at twitch.tv/Bunebape. And I'll probably be sitting like Huikodal this weekend. So come stop by.
Yep. So
I want
that's
that pet
gonna
van.
be it. Good luck on everyone getting their pets and their new grinds in the new area. So if you liked it, we'll see you all.
Very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.